Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and join with me today are the other three off-brand colas in my fridge. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with the fizzy, is it flat, or is that just how it's made? Jared!
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in. I gotta say, my off-brand soda is... Okay, I don't drink pop, or I don't drink caffeine, but when I did, my off-brand soda was the Dr. Pepper variety. So like a Dr. Bob or a Dr. Thunder.
It's going to be mine, Dr. Thunder.
Dr.
Really?
Thunder! Damn it! I told you we had the same one. I told you.
I can't go wrong with Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, like, I do miss drinking it. It was so good. Oof. But Dan, now that I stole yours, what's your off-brand soda?
Hello, everybody. My name is Dan. I play Minas Pebblewalker, your tiny little Swarmkeeper Ranger, and I'm going to be the off-brand root beer of this podcast, and specifically the Nice brand from Walgreens. That's my go-to when I'm having a snack day. I'll go get the Nice brand root beer and some snacks.
The Nice brand.
Oh, it's called Nice Brand. I thought you were saying it was a Nice brand.
Both.
I gotta say, I really like root beer, but man, the difference between a good one and a bad one is
Noticeable.
a massive canyon.
I think Nice is okay. It usually does it for me.
Yeah.
But that's it for me. Alec, what about you?
Yeah, my name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashbourne, and my favorite off-brand soda, I believe, has to be Shasta, like Shasta colas.
Oh, I was thinking of doing that too.
Because they got cherry cola, black cherry cola. I'm actually surprised you don't like Shasta, Jared, because it has a lot of like caffeine free.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like apple, cream soda, ginger ale, fruit punch, the kiwi. Like they're all like caffeine free. So
yeah,
and they have like club soda and stuff too. So
there's sodas that served in hospitals, which is why they're mostly caffeine free.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which kind of soda from the Shasta line? Though?
Oh, Dr. Shasta, the Dr. Pepper one.
No,
yeah,
I can't do Dr. though, because that's what Jared said.
Dr. Shasta, yeah. Which is like not caffeine free. So like,
okay, if it wasn't Dr. Shasta or root beer, what would it be?
The black cherry, caffeine free.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, black cherry. I love black cherry. I'm a sucker for any soda that's either black cherry or vanilla. Like I'll try
vanilla for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Tony?
Yeah, I'm going the opposite direction of Jared. I'm going full caffeine, full energy, all adrenaline, full throttle, surge. Surge cola.
I thought you were gonna say like mountain lightning or something.
Shouting. Yeah, that's a good one too. But Surge Cola is the one I'm going with.
Amazing.
You can still buy it on Amazon, and yep, it'll still make you want to drive your forehead through some sheetrock. So it's great. Surge Cola. Would not recommend it to anyone under the age of 18.
Is that the one that makes your pee burn?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, it does a lot of shit to you. There's a reason why it's not really around anymore and like sold on the black market of Amazon.
Dude, Surge has something called Surge Citrus Smack, spelled with SMAK, with carbos.
Like this used to be a fountain drink in old school Taco Bells.
What?
In the 90s. Yeah, it was.
That's crazy to me.
If you know, you know. But now you know the deal. Before we get into the recap, we're going to go ahead and do the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by me. The first thing I'm running down was today's 3 of was brought to you by Tazlin, who had submitted it in our Discord. If you are a Patreon supporter of any supporting level, you can go ahead and submit some intro ideas, and we will happily take them because they're great and wonderful, and you guys come up with great ideas. Big old chef kiss. And the next thing I'm going to run down is also Patreon related, but wait, it's free for the whole month of October. So you will, by the time you listen to this session, you would have already seen a few. I'm doing a creative marathon challenge on myself where I am creating a monster every day for the month of October with a full working stat block. You can see them on our Patreon for free, as long as you're a free member. And they are also available to use in your home games on D&D Beyond. So go ahead and check that out at patreon.com/D&D404. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my camera and roll the D4 for the recap.
What I would like you to do is I would like you to lift up your right leg and just throw it from underneath your leg and try to launch it over your shoulder.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
It landed over here.
Why is your camera in a new spot? We can't see it.
Are we using it?
But yeah.
As long as we can see it.
Oh my God, no, don't do this to me. It wasn't
Always
on me.
happens.
No.
We were going to use it.
He's changing the dice while the camera went out.
Yep.
Don't do this to me.
Nah.
No.
The records are falsified now.
No. It didn't move.
Yep.
It's a 3.
Freeze me.
3.
3s get degrees, or is that C's? I don't know.
All right, it landed on Dan. Dan, go ahead and give us that wonderful recap. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm so silly. I'm so stupid.
What?
We don't need to give a recap this episode because it's the start of Arc 8.
I already did it.
That's right. We had a whole recap session. Oh, man, you lucked out. Go ahead and give us a...
Yeah.
Just go ahead and splice in the Menace recap in the beginning of this session, and we'll just go from there.
Oh,
Quick
that's
7-hour
amazing.
banger. Man, I can't believe I flubbed
I was
that.
going to say, yes, the super long Menace recap. Let's just put it in the beginning of our episode. I
Do
love
it, but like at times 20 speed. Terrific. All right. Oh, man. All right. Bard, play the intro and let's get on with the show. Dang it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is DND404. Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 119, the beginning of Arc 8. We pick up today's session in the middle of the Valley of Winds, in the center of Froststone's den. Minas Armos, with your protection, while Drell was attuning to his father's axe, you two survived a relentless onslaught of skeletal creatures from your past that were trying to get at the 3 of you. With the gnashing, clawing, and bashing of bones against Jared's shield, as the 3 of you were protected, Drell was able to overcome his inner rage, have a conversation with his father, and attune to his family's axe. We pick up that session in the howling winds as Drell, you now hold your father's axe in your hands and is now proportionate to your size. Although it feels heavy, you are able to wield it with ease, but this axe comes at a heavier weight. You know that this axe is heavier than a standard great axe that you've been swinging around this whole time. This one has a lot of heft to it. And you see, as Lord Baron had mentioned, in the center of the blade is an empty socket where a gem would fit into. We're going to pick up today's session. What are the 3 of you doing?
Minas pops his head up from a pile of SIDS as we all got knocked back. Is everyone okay? Armos, where are you?
Here.
Drell, are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, a lot happened actually. We'll definitely talk about it, but
Okay, we're all here, so let's figure this out and get out of here, right?
yeah. I want to look around and just make sure there's like no one around us, right? Like it's pretty simple, or like not simple, but it's like it's pretty calm right now, right?
From everything that was going on, from what you were experiencing between the Froststone fight, coming here, the frigid temperatures, it's still very cold. Not as cold as it was when you were fighting Froststone, but it's still pretty cold. There are corpses of skeletons all around you in various shapes and different creature sizes, but there isn't movement around you, and the fog that was enshrouding the sea of bones around this peninsula has settled once again. But you still hear the howling wolves from the silhouette of wolves when you first entered Froststone's den. So it is not entirely safe here. You get the feeling that it's not safe, and those howls are a sense of warning.
Okay. I would like to, I guess I'll kind of just look around and say, how about we get out of here and then we'll get on the same page, yeah?
Okay.
I mean, we got Armos is kind of in a hurry. We got everything we need, right?
I think so. Should we check the cave real quick, or?
Whatever we're doing, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it quick.
Okay, and I'm already running.
As you look inside, you don't see hieroglyphs or any markings. However, you get this eerie sense of dread. Your feather reacts to this, and you sense that this is a place of resting evil.
Yeah, as you guys are falling behind, you see me go into the blackness and then immediately come out and go, bad juju, let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get back to Lord Baron's Divide.
And I'm like searching my bag for the scroll that we got. Who's got it? Who's got our key out of here?
Armos, scroll us.
Wait, I thought, do I have it? I'm still searching, but in a panic. I thought you had it.
I gave it to you. You didn't trust me with scrolls since the last time.
Make sure you check all your pockets, Armos.
I'm checking.
It's all scrolls of resurrection.
It's revivify.
So Armos, you furl through all these revivify scrolls that you've made, and you find the scroll. However, the letters don't illuminate when you hold the scroll. You know that it only works when when the destination is on the same plane of existence. You are currently not in the material plane.
Oh no.
Sid Jr., do you have it? Sid Sr., do you have it? Dr. Sid, do you have it? Sid
I have it.
Oh, okay, good. Throw it.
But it's something's wrong.
What? What do you mean?
I think we have to go back the way we came in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
Okay.
I'll think of something while we're walking, but let's just get moving.
Gotcha. And we start running back the direction we came.
You head what you believe is southward from the way you came in, and the path that you've traveled to get to Frostdune's den was this long pathway, this valley between crooked and tunneling mountains that created this fierce, shockingly cold wind tunnel. And as you re-enter this wind tunnel, you are no longer able to speak as it is far too cold. Icicles begin to form on your fur and skin. Armor becomes stiff, and your coats are now struggling to keep you warm. Despite the red fiery dragon scales soon within the coat, you still feel the fierce cold from the wind. It's even harsher than what it was when you had entered. Minis, you get this, you know from your religious background that the feathers giving you like this divine intervention of sorts on what's going on. After seeing the black abyss that is within the cave, something is missing here. You don't get the sense that this place is going to just go away, but it is lacking something. You effectively removed its host. This place will probably see the side effects from it. And you do know that when the home of a god is now becomes vacant, there are not necessarily repercussions, but there are certain outcomes of that. And it can be in various different ways. They can simply disappear. Somebody could claim them, or something possibly worse or better can come from it. The three of you walk for what seems like about an hour as you are walking in total silence, but you are rushing along to try to get out of here as quick as possible. And as you make your final path, you do see all these wolves, of the silhouette of wolves, and they are very close. They seem to be hanging over you. They're snarling, and as they snarl, their mouths open, but you do not see teeth. You see red fog and blue fog within them. You don't see tongues or anything like that. It's just this, as if you're looking into the wolf's soul, and the wolf's souls there are nothing but pure hate and anger as they snarl at you. And then you now see this large stone gate built for giants, the gate you had walked through, with this swirling blue portal. And on the other side of it, you see a faint visage of where you had entered, where you see Mangul's exploded body. However, it looks dark and eerie on the other side.
Nowhere else to go.
Well, I just want to make sure, like, we're not going to go into like another plane of existence. You know, is there a way to like check that out, make sure we're going the right way?
Nope.
Oh man.
Well, we don't really have any other options, so why don't you go first then, Armos?
Gladly, and I'm already out. I'm sick of the cold already.
From out of the ice and into the freezer, the three of you appear on the other side, and you are back outside in front of Mangul's den. And as the three of you step onto the cracked ice where the gate rests, you see Mangul's exploded, dissipated body parts up on the ridge where you had slain him. But you see a different demeanor in your surroundings. Your environment in the sky specifically looks very different. It seems the clouds seem heavy, and you are outlined in red, and it looks like black and red clouds are slowly taking over the white, wintry sky, slowly.
I mean, I don't want to say we did this, but
It could be so many things.
it's true.
I mean, we've seen all these clouds coming in, eerie clouds before, right? And that's from he who must not be named.
Voldemort.
What?
What?
What? Oh. Nothing. I just different thing.
Oh, okay. No, the shard guy that's kind of chasing us, trying to kill us, end the world. And then I'm tapping my fingers nervously and looking at Armos like, why hasn't he done the scroll yet?
Yeah. So, we gonna do this now, or
Is it like a ritual, Armos, or like...
what's it take, like an hour?
I was just waiting for you guys to finish your freaking talking. Let's go.
Armos, you read through the scroll, saying it's a magical incantation, and a portal appears. A smaller version of what you just stepped through. On the other side, you see a clear vision of Lord Baron's Divider, his tower, his keep. His keep in the middle of like this little island surrounded by land and mountains in the distance. And it looks like it's nighttime. And then the three of you step through. And as the three of you jump through the portal, you land in the bullpen of Lord Baron's Divider. You each land on one knee as the portal had appeared in the center of the room with a 5-foot drop for the three of you. And as you stumble in the great bullpen, once packed with college alumni experimenting away, now empty. Gloom looms over you as you see knocked over tables, benches broken, beakers and glasses shattered, spilled magical shards and gems. You even see the area where Bowden was performing a purification ritual on Reginald's gem, now vacant. You look up and you see a big hole in the ceiling of the keep, and it looks like a siege had taken place here. The sky is dark. It seems like nighttime, but these dark, heavy clouds are outlined in red and are thundering. You find yourself in the great bullpen. It looks like something had crashed through here, shattering everything around you.
So it's kind of like in ruins now?
It's not in ruins, so to speak, but it looks like something had crashed through the ceiling and kind of rendered this room useless. And as you look up at the sky, it looks like it's nighttime, but you're seeing much more of these clouds passing through that you saw when you were in North Tryllis. You are now back in South Tryllis at Lord Baron's Divider.
Okay.
What the hell happened here?
Yeah, I was gonna ask literally the same thing.
The first thing Minus does is that travel, per usual, shook him. He's not used to teleportation yet, so he goes and grabs a beaker and throws up in it on the side. We're back.
Do we hear anybody? See anybody?
It's pretty silent for the first initial moments. For the first few moments, you're looking around and you're seeing, and it looks like something had crashed through, and all the furniture, test tables have been blown out from the position of impact. You notice that there is a dent on the floor from where Bowden was doing his purification ritual, and everything had blown out from that perspective.
On the Reginald gem?
Yes. It's like a wave exploding outwards in a circular motion, and all the tables and benches are blown out that way, and the ceiling is like a massive hole in it. And after a few moments, as the three of you look around, you then hear some voices coming up from the large staircase that goes to the main area of the keep, because the bullpen is sunken down in an experimental area. You look up towards the stairs, and you do hear the chattering of voices. And after a few more moments, you see a couple of heads pop up over the railing looking down into the great bullpen. Halflings, gnomes, you see some elves, and they're all wearing these white trench coats, the Sidgwick College alumni trench coats, the workers of Lord Baron's Divider. And they're like, oh, is that them? Is they back? Are they back? I think they're back. I think they're back. And they're all like whispering amongst themselves.
Is anybody there?
They're back! And you see like all the Sidgwick College members, their demeanor, which once was sad, now full of joy and hope. They're like, get up here, get up here. As you climb the stairs, you see that Lord Baron's Divider had like a massive, hastily renovation. All the experiments have moved up the stairs now that the great bullpen has been rendered somewhat useless from what it looks like. And as you look around, it's stone halls where all these rooms were like splitting off into different areas. Lord Baron's Divider, the rooms you were staying in, the different school of houses where they have their own part of the Lord Baron's keep, you see that main hall has now become the new bullpen, a makeshift one. And then you look at all the windows, the stained glass that looks outside, and you see that they have been patched and fortified. What you also notice is that there are no constructs guarding any of the exits or entrances or standing around. And then you see Lord Baron come out to the center as he leaves his office and people make his path. He is alongside by Nihilus and Mulin. And you look at Mulin and he has bandages around his arm and he is walking with a cane. However, he does seem like he's in good health. Nihilus has a bandage around her eye. It looks like she's only looking out of one of them. Lord Baron approaches you and he gives a smile, lands on his face. Good, you're back. I never doubted you for a second, but you sure did take your time.
Yeah, well, it's not easy fighting a god.
I'm sure you have quite the tale to tell.
Yeah, Drell could tell you. And I go and like just pass out on a chair.
You see all these like gnomes and halflings like scurry under you with like cushions as you fall. And they like gingerly lay you down. We have eagerly waited for your arrival for 6 months.
Dang, has it really been that long?
We knew your journey would be a lengthy one. We couldn't imagine it being this long.
Well, we had a few hiccups along the way, but we got the job done.
Good. We have much to talk about, but I can only imagine you may need a well-deserved rest. And he looks at the state that the three of you are in, and you guys don't look like you're in the best shape.
I mean, technically, I have
I'm definitely hurt.
I have 321 of temporary hit points.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I get you. I get where you're going from. A little bit of snafu. All right.
But no, I'm sick of being cold. I need to sleep. Are we safe here, or do we need to prepare for the worst?
We are safe. We are always on alert. As you can see, the keep is still standing strong, but a number of attacks have been made against us.
By who?
Some overzealous cultists that tried to lay siege. They tried to throw a few cannons at us. And we had some visitors from an unsavory place. And you see that a lot of the people who are working there put their heads down. We had a few visitors from Bayloon. Let's call them demons. I have much to fill you in on. I can't offer you individual rooms, but I do have a place for you to lay rest. And he gestures over and he looks to Nihilus, who is much more fitted to walk around than Mulin, because he's walking with a cane, a little bit of a limp, and gestures to her, be like, please show them to the quarters that we have prepared for them. Let them sleep. We shall gather first thing in the morning. I will let Scoreus know that they have arrived so we can begin the imbuing process. Nihilus nods and gestures for the three of you to follow her as she leads you to a private area for the three of you to get a nice rest in.
I will follow then, because Drell definitely needs it.
You see Minas is still kind of like half asleep, and my Sids carry me slowly on the ground.
The little scurry of tiny footsteps carry you in the direction where Nihilus is bringing you.
Yeah.
I'm still like have my hands folded in like on my like chest, like really trying to just warm myself up, just freezing, trying to warm up in this better climate.
As you warm up, you follow them along, and you're seeing all these Sigil College members, and they're looking at you, and they all seem hopeful. You're seeing elves, halflings, gnomes, dwarves. You even see Bowden in Nothic form, hanging out in the rafters in the distance, looking at you. And he's in like this crouched position as he looks down at the three of you. And you also see like next to him is a cockatrice in a lab coat, and the three of you go off to the room.
I lazily wave at him as I go by.
He chatters his teeth.
I did not miss you.
I do think as I walk past Bowden, I kind of like show him the axe. I don't really say anything to him. I just kind of like, hey, we got it. And just show it to him.
He definitely sees it. And the three of you are now in your private quarters. It's 3 cots that were laid out. It looks like a really big closet that has been cleaned out. There is a fireplace in there that is roaring, trying to warm you guys up as you have this like lingering chill on you. The chill definitely seems outer worldly. It does not feel like, oh, it's just cold outside. It's like your bones are like you feel like your bones are made of ice. What are the three of you talking about? And how are you processing these events that had just transpired?
Okay, well, who wants to start?
Huh? What are we talking about?
All right. I think the better option is actually we get some sleep, and then we'll catch up on everything in the morning.
That's a better idea. You could. That's what I was thinking. You see, Menace is already like starting to go into a near comatose state because he nearly died. And you see that the Cid surround him on the cot, and with like the last magic spell, they're kind of creating a cure wounds around me as I slowly drift off. Don't even change. You know, I'm still in my clothes.
As you're like looking down and like you're trying to heal yourself, you are absolutely fading into a slumber. You notice like this fatal scar on your chest where it's very large. It's where Frostoon had
Near
slashed
fatal
you.
scar.
Near fatal scar. A
Yeah,
near
let's not
miss.
get carried
A
away.
near miss.
Yeah.
Okay. A near fatal scar on your chest where he had clawed you while you were already down. And as you look at your wound, it does not look fully healed over despite its magic, the magic you've been healing yourself with. But it looks much better than before, but you feel this ice within it. And you even feel like there's like ice shards growing within it as the Cids treat you as you doze off into a well-deserved sleep. We're going to do a little bit of a time jump with the long rest because you guys leveled up. Yay! You guys leveled up. We'll talk about it in the after show 118, but yes, you guys now level up. So you gain all those benefits right now. You are now level 16.
Feels good.
Feels
Level 16, dude. We made it.
The three of you collectively sleep 18 hours.
So what is that, like 6 apiece?
No, I said collectively. You're right. I am just a blunder of English today. The three of you each sleep 18 hours. Give or take a few minutes on who wakes up first, but all three of you fall asleep in a comatose-like state as it's well-deserved and you are just passed out. Drell, you fall asleep holding your father's axe. Armos is in a fiery bundle as he tries to regain his worth, and Menace, you are sleeping on your cot and you are just out as you are snoring away, just trying to regain your strength. And you're the only one that doesn't sleep quite peacefully. Although you feel well rested when you wake up, you are constantly burdened by these brief nightmares of Frostoon attacking you and feeling like he's killing you on the spot. You truly feel, Menace, that you were dying in that moment.
Yeah, it was definitely the closest Menace came to death. Menace is also the last person to get up for sure.
Yeah. And after 18 hours, the three of you wake up in a well-rested haze with a mix of grogginess as you see the quick shut of a door as if somebody was checking up on you, as you just caught them looking in the room and they closed the door. It might have been even the reason why you had woken up.
I think Drell catches it with one eye and then kind of rolls back over.
Okay, Armos pursues whoever the hell it was in a rage to figure out in case it's like something else going on.
The second you open the door to see what it was, you are instantly met with a wave of working Sidget College team members as they are moving and dragging supplies left and right. It's actually quite loud the second you open the door, and you see that some of the workers look over at you like, Armos is up! He's up! Yeah! And you see like some people clap and like some beakers break because they drop, but
Armos, shut the door.
I'm visibly more red than normal because I'm so angry that it was, because he was ready to just blast someone away if it was like after seeing the hole in the ceiling from before.
yeah, you close the door. There are no windows in the room that you're in because it is meant to be a closet that was cleaned up to be a room. So you got some real good sleep as it was pitch black.
I'm assuming Armos closes the door angrily as he comes in. And so that wakes Menace up, and he wakes up in a panic. Who's there? And you hear like the shing shing of my rapiers as I nearly like chop off a leaf from Sid's head. Who's are we? Oh, all right. And my rapier drops, one to the floor, one on the cot, and I fall back in my bed. How's everybody feeling?
Peachy.
Yep.
And as I'm mad, getting back into the warmth of the bed.
Ow. And I hold my chest as I get up. I'm looking at my clothes and I'm like, oh God, how long was I out? How long were we sleeping, guys? I reek.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want to say anything. I wanted you to sleep, but I think we've been out for a while.
Menace, you do smell. You haven't been licking yourself clean, have you? Is it because it was cold up there?
Honestly, I haven't licked myself in a while. I've been doing pretty good with your what'd you call that method? A tub?
Tub.
I like the tub method.
Yeah, it's easier.
I'm gonna bring that one back to my clan.
Please do. Actually, you know what? Before we ever go there, if we ever go there, maybe go there like a week before. Show them the tub. Maybe get everyone tubbed. Then we show up.
We all lick daily, so it's not a problem. You know?
Oh God.
It's not like we smell.
I regret this conversation.
Or at least I like the smell.
Yep.
Maybe just...
Oh. You know what?
Huh?
You know what? Maybe I'm not as tired as I'm gonna go this way, and I walk out the door.
Nice. I look awkwardly at the door, and I look over at Drell. I'm gonna go shower, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna go tub.
I'm gonna probably grab some food.
Yeah, I'll meet you there after I tub.
All right.
Yeah. And Menace walks away to find a tub.
The three of you walk out and you search for these things. You pull somebody aside. Menace, he guides you to the restroom area. He's like, yeah, we had set up this area. We had this couple barrels of fresh water in there and linens to wash yourself. So go ahead and use that. Use that, great sir. Use that, great Menace. Use it. And you see like they're like giving you all the space you need. And you walk into the bathroom and it doesn't smell the best in there. It's high traffic. Everybody's been using it. You do see some other people washing themselves, and it's as far as taking water out of the barrel with like a cloth and maybe a ladle, standing in a spot where water can drain and wash, like hand washing yourself that way. Drell, when you go to check on the food situation, you are pointed to an area where rations are stored, and you do not see any fresh food. You see dried rations, dried up fruit, dried meats, powdered goods. There are some magically created foods, but magically created foods don't usually satiate people. They're more for like the bare minimum. And you see like a couple loaves of bread that have magically been conjured from low level spellcasting, but all the rations are dried and powdered goods. There's nothing fresh here. There's nothing roasting here.
I would like to look for the closest thing to a powdered donut.
You find some bread in a bag where just add water.
My favorite. And I look around to see if anyone is watching me, and I put it back down.
And you find some off-brand sugar, some Denda packets.
Man, this continental breakfast is so good.
Almost, what are you doing?
I'm assessing all the damage, trying to like put together the story of what's going on before we talk to anybody. And then also loosely looking for the gem that has Reginald in it.
So you look around at your surroundings, and this place looks more and more like a refugee camp in a war-torn area. From the rationed foods to the water being supplied by barrels rather than it be flowing. The lack of defenses from the constructs seem to be absent. All of the windows are boarded up. It looks like this place has been attacked a few times, but able to defend itself, but it's not in the best condition. You look for Bowden, and Bowden is nowhere nearby. You probably get the sense that you need to talk to Scoraeus first.
All right, well, I find the most appetizing thing that I can I know it's not a lot, but Drell tries to find the thing that looks the best to him, and he kind of snacks on it as he walks around.
The only thing Menace really wants to do for like find the guys again is he wants to get like some new clothes, because his clothes got kind of ripped up in the battle. So he does spend some time like talking around and eventually get some new like maybe bluish linens that he can wear under his leather armor, and he finds someone to help him kind of patch up his leather armor a little bit just to get it back into working order. And
yeah, so you do find some repairs there. There's no tanneries around. You find a lot of war supplies in crates. You find a blue linen shirts. They all look the same. They don't look like they're the best. They're clearly donated, but you do find something that fits for you, and you replace your tattered clothes with these new-ish clothes. You do find leather repair kits. There are supplies to fix armor, but you see that everybody's kind of helping to themselves.
Yeah, when he realizes that, he definitely tries his best. It seems like the leather armor is still mostly intact, so it doesn't take too long, but he'll work on that for a bit before meeting back up with his friends.
And as the three of you spend time, you do hear, as everybody stops in place, you hear the sounds of thuds in the distance coming from outside Lord Baron's Divider. You look outside, and there's this large dome that is surrounding Lord Baron's Divider. And you see outside, you hear boom and like a shockwave, but what caused it is nowhere to be found. Boom, boom, boom. Something's hitting it and then dispersing. Over where the bridge, because there's a magical bridge that forms when you do come here, you see that there are shadowy figures, a beast the size of gorillas, circling around this dome as it surrounds Lord Baron's Divider as they're trying to like find a way. They're punching it as they're trying to go in.
The dome is almost like in a general, like a visible force field type thing.
Yes, it's a translucent dome. You can see out of it, but you can clearly see that there's like a glass like material that surrounds Lord Baron's Divider.
Got it.
And it's like these gorilla-sized beasts, very red and dark brown, as they're like hitting it with like their fists and like almost after trying to find a weak point. And then as you look outside, you see that the land around it, the water has almost been dried up that surrounds Lord Baron's Divider. The trees look decayed. The ground looks brown, and the clouds are these black, heavy, red and black, heavy clouds. You hear someone go, "Ugh, another dark morning for us."
I turn to him and I say, How long has it been like this?
Ugh. I lose track of my days. You see a dwarven woman comes over, takes out like a notepad. Hey, to my estimation, it's probably about the last 3 months, give or take some days. Some of us sleep longer than others. Some of us don't sleep at all. And you see that she looks down a little defeated.
I look at her and I say, Don't worry. Lord Baron, he's got a plan. We're going to get through this.
Yeah, yes we are. And that's why we choose to stay here. And you see all of them look at you, and they all seem hopeful again as you are standing amongst them. They're here because of you.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go into the frigid north and get this axe for nothing, you know what I'm saying? I try to like make it lighthearted, like talking to him.
You see some of them laugh, but their mood shifts when you speak to them. They genuinely feel comforted, and they feel like the work that they've put in and their lives that they've risked staying here has finally paid off.
Hey, where's Kemi Joe?
Kemi Joe? And you hear like some people go, Kemi Joe. Oh, Joe Jefferson. Oh yeah, he's working with well, he's probably at the peak of the keep right now, assisting Bowden, keeping the shield up.
Got it. Okay. But he's like, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know what Menace would do. Well, at first I look around, make sure Menace isn't around me. He's like, I don't know what he'd do if he didn't make it.
Yeah, he's alive. They're alive.
That's good. And then I just kind of turn around and I look for Armos and Menace to kind of just figure out where they're at.
Yeah, eventually after people pointing me around, because first I went to the rations, I didn't find Drell there, and then ate something, and then eventually find my way to him.
So the three of you meet up as you're now exploring the new state of Lord Baron's Divider, and Lord Baron comes out, and you see people like look and turn as the doors from his office close, as Nihilus and Mulan are standing next to him, and he goes, "Well, I see that the three of you got the rest that you've needed. I wish we could give you a much more heroic welcome, but time is of the essence, and I must urge you to follow me as we need to debrief on our current situation."
Sounds good. Job's not done. And I walk towards him.
The three of you follow Lord Baron into his office, and he takes his place at the edge by his desk, and you see that the windows are boarded up even in his office. You see that his office took some damage, as things may have broken in at some point, but the office is in pretty good standing overall, despite recent events. And he gestures to the three chairs in front of you, and as the three of you take a seat, he says to the three of you, he goes, I am very happy you were able to reclaim your father's axe. This is a huge moment for us, but it must have been a monumental moment for you, Drill.
Yeah, it was hard, but, you know, I feel like my dad was there to kind of help, so it was good.
He smiles in the corner of his mouth. What was it like traveling to the Valley of Winds?
Would not recommend. It was cold, and I think Armos almost froze to death a few times. I look at Armos,
I'm viciously nodding.
I don't know, saw some stuff there that I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even believe us if we told them, so.
Truly a legend that would go unbelieved, I'm sure. But if that axe is any testament to your achievements, if people even knew the fraction of trouble and hardships you had to go through to retrieve that axe, well, they would be astounded by your tale. But there's still more work to do, and South Tryllis, Aramor has been suffering very much in your absence. You want the good news or bad news first?
Let's go bad news.
Looks at Menace and Armos and nods his head as you want the bad news, and he goes, well, if you couldn't tell by looking outside, we are in a state of darkness. This is what you would call daytime, and he gestures to a window that you can see out of, and it looks like it's the dead of night. At night, you couldn't see the hand in front of your face. Dark clouds have blotted out any sunlight. And not to mention the moon's eclipse. A second moon had appeared, almost like a visage. It's like you can see through it. When the moon reveals itself, you can see the sun, but you do not gain any benefit of light. It's truly an evil mystery to behold. This has caused significant problems among our lands, as we cannot produce any food for any of the towns. The kingdom of Aramor, the queen herself, is struggling to keep her towns fed, let alone her own city. Towns are left to defend themselves. There is no travel, no aid between any of the cities. The Red Guard have disbanded with a select few faithful soldiers. The Red Dawn cultists run wild. They are burning small defenseless towns. Towns that cannot provide food and protection have also fallen under cultist control. The aggression of wildlife has been affected as monstrosities roam the countryside, attacking anything on sight. Anything that could be aggressive or could be innocent is always met with violence. We even heard a few cases of mutated owlbears along the roads for those desperate travels. And on top of that, anybody in possession of blood shards, including some of our own, while testing, have been afflicted by the Bayloon's curse. It seems that anybody who has been in possession of shards have shown increased aggression and seem to be acting violently. And unless the blood shards are removed from their person, they seem to be, well, just taken over by their darkest desires. And, well, maybe it was good that the queen had issued a ban when she did, but those who maintained their weaponry of bloodshot weapons have grown to be a problem. And then, of course, you have the demons. If you haven't seen the massive gorilla-like beings circling Bodin's protection spell, well, those are demons from Bayloon, and they have been coming from Bloodshards. And it seems like one of those demons is a common occurrence in these days, and only the toughest and more fortified towns are able to hold them off.
When he mentions the blood shards, Minas does very slowly turn his head to Armos.
Don't look at me.
I nudge Armos. I'm like, point to him, you. Shards. I do like a diamond with my hands.
I just shake my head, like, guiltily.
I squint. We'll zone of truth later, and I look at him.
Rod of rulership, so that I charm Minas to shut up.
And lastly, the worst, Christo himself has been spotted in various places around Aramor, and any deniers, naysayers of his forthcoming have turned into believers and have fallen under the false guise of the Red Dawn, thinking that they might have salvation if they follow Christo himself. But we all know that's not true. As far as the Queen's army, they are trying to hold back the possible devastation from what is withheld in Red City. Because if you think these countrysides are bad with the roaming demons and aggressive monsters, the terrifying beings within Stratham is far worse, if not contained.
Ooh, that's a lot. It's a lot of bad. So, what's the good news?
The good news is that we have the axe and the gems that Bowden and Scoreus have been working on are ready to be given to the three of you.
Wait, does that mean Reginald?
As far as your companion goes, I feel it's best to talk to Bowden about the specifics. You see that he has a bit of a squint to him. Doesn't seem too eager to deliver that news.
Almost eye twitches as he's getting a little angry, but trying to keep it together.
Do you have any blood shards on you?
I do.
Yeah, you see that your horns almost ignite.
Aros?
Yes?
I point to his horns.
Oh, I didn't do that? And I'm like putting them out with my hand.
Amos,
That.
look me in the eye. Blood shards, where are they?
I mean, this, and I have 2.
You're definitely feeling a draw from them.
Ugh.
And Lord Baron goes, I advise you hand those over. And he has like a bag full of them, and the bag has like a magical seal on it. You sense like this divine magic from it. And he goes, I would advise you not to touch these by any means. As you can see, they make even the smallest emotion drastic.
Hearing that and knowing that any ounce of my power is being taken, I quickly toss the blood shards into the bag.
You toss him in, he quickly cinches it up, places it onto the side of his desk. You see Nihilus is right there. She takes it and she puts it in a like safe spot. Looks like she actually puts it in a safe that also has another protection rune on it. Could never be too careful with these. So, back to the good news. The Acrylic gems in our possession have been purified and ready to be imbued and given to you. Scoreus will see Minas and Drell. Amos, you will go see Bowden.
Oh, you're lucky that I gave you those blood shards now, because my horn's about to be on fire as I like am ready to storm out this meeting.
As Armos is starting to storm out, I'm like, Armos, remember the steps. Remember the steps.
Yes, the steps you invented, yes. Before you leave, let's talk about the next phase of the plan. With these weapons, we believe you can hurt Acristo. Although he has been appearing here in various parts of South Tryllis and possibly other places around Umbrea, spreading his influence and these blood shards of his, we think it's best face him in his own turf. Because if he truly is a lich, he will just come back if you slay him here. That means what I'm about to ask comes with a heavy tax. We are asking you to go to Bayloon.
Armos's horns light on fire, but this time he did it. What? Back there? Why? Why there?
You do not need to slay Acristo. You need to slay his phylactery. You need to destroy the thing that's giving him power.
I mean, that's, I suppose to be expected, but how exactly are we supposed to find a way in, and let alone his location of that phylactery thing?
Almost, you had created this bridge for Acristo. In the sense of the events that's ongoing, we knew that this was going to happen. We just hope to be better prepared, as we had talked about in the past. But there is the old bridge that lingers. Since the rise of the cultists, it had brought out and resurfaced an old leader who had a connection with Bayloon, Vero Grimgar.
Oh.
Almost you haven't spoken to Vero at only one other point, when you were in Shadowfell, when you had slain Calum in his war room. And accompanied on Vero's shoulder was a frog-like demon, as you know as Ritzgulak, the demon that got one over on you, who had taken Layla away from you, who had sent you on this spiral. Vero is the original leader and still standing leader of the Red Dawn. It has lived for a very long time. And he resides in the center of what we know as Red City, City of Stratham. If anyone has a bridge to Bayloon, it would be him. as he was the first to summon a Christo all those years ago.
So we're supposed to go there and ask for help from this person?
He certainly will not help you, but if the bridge exists, he is the path to it.
So we kill him and then take his bridge.
Well, the world's ending anyways, I guess. Might as well get some revenge while I can.
Easy. So yeah, we just, leave the protection barrier, go miles and miles through darkened lands and angered beasts and demons into the Red City, an ancient city of evil, and find him, kill him, get into Bayloon, find the phylactery, and end this. What could go wrong?
So wait, this is the best plan that we got? This is the best? We've been trudging through tundras, fighting demons, gods, dragons, just to come back to here. Oh, hey, now you just gotta go that way.
Well,
And I point to the south.
I mean, Armos, look around. I mean, these people are doing everything they can to help us. And, like, obviously, I'm scared too. I mean, I'll never say that again, but I mean, everything you just said is the reason I think we can do it. Look at everything in the past that we just fought. Gods, demons. I mean, it's just, what's different from this? I mean, if anything, you should have more of a reason to do this. You followed me because you're my friend, and obviously Minas and I will follow you. But like, let's just go kill these guys.
Yeah, easy.
I never said it was going to be easy, but
I'm being facetious, Trell. I'm scared.
Armos is like livid that they're gonna have to go through so much to save the world, and the weight of it is just getting to him more than you know what I mean? Is that it? Is there anything else? I need to take a walk. I need to take a lap.
He needs to see about a bunny.
You better have my bunny. And I get real mad. If you don't think I'm gonna go through hell and back, literally, without my bunny.
As mentioned before, that is a conversation that he holds back his words,
My
and he
hands
goes,
are on his desk and they are singeing the wood that is underneath it.
we had told everybody beyond those doors that this was a plan that could work with your strength and dedication. And between us, the 6 of us, and he gestures to Nihilus and Mulin and the 3 of you, we understand that this is nothing more than a wishful hunch that we want to work. It is the closest we got to an answer, and we believe that the purified parts of his own body could slay him. But there is no certainty it could work, and I am asking you to risk your lives to potentially save Umbrea.
I don't think I have another choice, so yeah, I'm in. I put my hand in.
Yeah, Joel does the same thing. I look at his assistants for them to put their hands in.
You see that Nihilus and Mulin also put their hands in, and they seem hopeful, and they're all look at Armos.
Armos is mad, very, very mad, and is trying to calm, like is slowly coming to. His hands are slowly stopping the singeing of the desk, and then almost reluctantly puts his hand in.
They all look at each other with a reassuring smile, and you go Bloodshard Bandits. As Lord
Don't
Baron.
even say that right now. I gotta see a man about a bunny, and I walk out the door.
Minas looks around the circle and he's like, I still don't know what to do after we do this part. And I'm just awkwardly still keeping my hand on top of everybody's. Since last time, still haven't thought of the end to this thing. I just slowly pull my hand away. Good job. We're in.
It's okay. We'll get it nailed down.
Yeah, maybe that's your job. I'm not great at that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Yeah, think of something like cool, that makes us all energized.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, I'll workshop it.
Yeah, okay, wait. I'll put my hand in again. You put your hand in.
No, you want me to do it right now?
Yeah, let's try to figure it out.
Oh, I was just like gonna, sleep on it again.
Oh. Armos?
I'm out the door. I'm not listening to this. I've got time.
Do you even know where Bowden is?
I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay. I look at my hand and go, wacha, and put it into a fist. No, that was bad.
Yeah.
So almost you leave the room, and Rage goes, he's always, what a hothead. But we need him.
Yeah.
But I understand where he's coming from. Well, it's in Bowden's hands now. And he takes out the world map. He goes, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to head south from my keep, and you're going to want to head towards Red City, which is southwest. Westward of New Shamhaya and eastward of Darmelington, there is an outpost town. There is a small hamlet that resides just a few short hours away from the Red City outpost. There you will meet one of my connections. She is very reliable, and she will find you the best way to enter Red City. Given the current state of things, going through the front gate may not be the best option, and she may know a better, safer, for lack of better words, a way to get into Red City. She has an extensive knowledge on these creatures that roam Red City and knowledge about the inhabitants and the current state of affairs there. Feel free to ask her any questions once you arrive, and she will find the best way for the three of you to enter.
Okay, understood. Is Scoreus here, by the way?
Nihilus and Mulan will provide transport. He is at his chapel with his apprentice Dworik. They were working very steadfastly on your gems. Well, if it wasn't for the three of you, we may have abandoned this post. If you haven't noticed, it's just us and some of the Sigil College members, but all of inhabitants have taken refuge somewhere else, somewhere we never thought we would find refuge. A lot of civilians that can't be behind fortified walls and are brave enough to travel. We have learned that Shadowfell is the safest place for them to go.
Oh, goodness.
Or Crystal's presence has no reach there.
I see. Well, now that we're back, I suppose you can do whatever you need to do to stay safe.
We will keep this keep going for as long as we can to provide any aid we can, and maybe as a beacon for refuge for those who are still lost out there. We cannot give our lands over so easily, and Bowden is quite the powerful ally.
Right, so do you think we should, give Armos alone time and go meet Scoreus, or...
Time is of the essence, and looks to Nihilus and Mulan, and they open the portal. The portal's already being open, mid-sentence. He goes, we probably want to rush this. And he hands you the map on where to go. Your contact that you're going to want to meet, her name is Morgan Uthil. She's a tiefling.
Okay.
Quite crafty. She will get you into the city.
Uthil.
Once you have your imbued gems, come back here. We're going to provide the best steed that we can provide you for quickest travel, but we do have a bit of a fast travel for you, so to speak, but it'll get you near the hamlet, but it won't quite get you there.
Right.
We do need to have strong magical users on the other end of these portals. We do need to have a strong connection, and our connection does not go that far south from where we are.
Understood. And I jump into the portal.
I give Lord Baron a firm nod, and I just walk through the portal.
Armos, you storm out of the room as these two enter through the portal, and you begin to look for Bowden, and you know that he was up in the tower. Somebody had mentioned that he was in the peak of the keep, so to speak, and he was the one that was refilling, quote unquote, the protection spell that has been placed around the tower. You know that this is his great magic that is keeping this place somewhat safe.
I mean, it's okay magic. I wouldn't call it great magic.
And you go to talk on where you can find this place, and people have pointed you in the right direction. You begin to climb this long spiral staircase as you attempt to reach the top of Lord Baron's divider. We're going to cut over back to Minas and Drell. You go through the portal and you once again appear at the chapel of Scoreus. In front of you is this staircase that descends downwards into the depth of the mountain where the chapel resides. Once protected by Alara Dawnstar, is no longer standing guard. Given the events that have taken place and her nature, you think that she had ventured out to put her skills to use and maybe provide some good in the darkened lands. And you notice that it's much darker where you are, and as you can look through the windows over the Evermore Sea where the chapel rests on, the waves and oceans, you hear the crashing of waves outside. You feel that there's a terrible storm going on, and it's essentially unassailable. That's how crazy these waters are crashing against each other. and you two descend the stairs while the portal remains active behind you. And you descend into the depth of the mountain, and you see Scoreus, and he is not working, for the first time, not working on anything, but instead advising Dwark. And you see that Dwark no longer has his helmet on. Dwark looks a little bit older and looks very fit. He has grown a mighty beard, and you see that the weapon he's crafting looks in pristine condition. And you look at Scoreus as he sits in this large divot made for a giant, acting as a chair in front of this very large forge that he was previously working on. His shoulder, where he was decaying from, looks like it has expanded. And it looks like what was plaguing him has gotten worse since you have been away. And he looks over to the two of you, and he goes, well, what should have been a blink of an eye felt like eternity for me. I have to say, haven't been this quite happy to see two mortals enter my forge. And he motions his massive hand to in front of his forge for the two of you to stand at.
Oh, it's good to see you too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing.
It was a long, tough journey.
Dwark puts down his hammers to give you the proper attention and like acknowledges your presence, and eagerly stands off to the side with his hands behind his back as he knows that something is about to happen, and he's looking forward to it. He goes, well, we had finished the crafting of your gems to the specifications of your weapons. Drell, that is definitely my handiwork that you are holding. And he motions to your father's axe.
I like look at it. I kind of do like you know how you can like toss it and spin it, like not like crazy, but like
you flourish
an inch
it
out of my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You flourish it and show him the hilt side of it. His massive hand slowly goes in front of you for you to place your axe in his hand. And as you place it, he slowly moves it towards Minas, and he goes, may I borrow your sling for a moment?
You sure you can't just like do this while it's on my arm?
It'll be well advised. And he doesn't even say anything. He stares at you.
Okay, and I take it off.
Minas, just give him the sling.
Okay, yep, here you go. And I hold it out, but then I am like holding it too tight, and he drags me like 2 feet before I finally let go.
He like lifts up with ease, and like you stumble for a minute. And he brings the weapons closer to him, and he lays them slowly on the forge in front of him. And on either side of the weapons are these two tiny, well, compared to him, tiny, bright blue gems, purified acrylic shards. He goes, may want to shield your eyes for this.
Okay. I turn around like a kid playing hide and seek with my hands over my eyes.
The sling is placed on this large workshop covered in runes and glyphs written in giant. The table begins to glow, and the sling begins to float in front of him. Minas, your eyes focus in as you are witnessing a god about to work on a weapon blessed by another. Melora's sling, blessed by Mother Nature herself, now being blessed by a god of stone. Earth and nature joining as one. The small gem, in comparison to Scoreus' hand, is placed on the front of the sling. He takes a small hammer with a clink. Bink. A large, bright light flashes. Dwark looks away as he appears blinded. Drell looks away as you appear blinded. But your eyes are glued. You do not look away. However, you feel the warmth of the light and welcome Melora's reach once more. As you see the gem socketed in front, not acting only as a holy symbol, but almost as an aim for your shots. Your sling has now been socketed by the purified acrylic gem. As it slowly lands onto the forge, he picks it up and hands it to you. And the wooden sling that was once blessed and empowered by Melora and Scoreus, the sling is sturdy, light, and seamless in design. The horns of the sling resembled a coiled goat horns that extend into bovine horns when you pull back and knock a shot. It's almost like it was designed to embrace every part of you. And you fit it onto your arm and you feel empowered. It's so light, it's like it's not even there. And you go to test it out, and before I give you stats on this new item, You go to like pull the string back to like test it, and as the coiled goat horns extend out to bovine horns to increase the tension on the sling, you see a magical little Sid appear where a shot would be placed. And it looks at you and it smiles. And it's like see-through. Basically, this is making ethereal Sids for you to shoot, potentially giving you unlimited ammo. And you see the Sid go, meh, meh. As like you give it like a quick fire and it shoots off and it like puts a hole in an anvil.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
And you see the Sid go, bring, and it like disperses happily. You shoot this mythical Sid and it's like, and like you feel close to Melora than you've ever did before. And you feel Scoreus' presence in the sling. Drell, Scoreus takes the axe and places it on the forge where Minas' sling once was, and he places the gem. The axe does not react. However, a large socketed sound echoes through the cave and a slight glint shines. He knew he had originally made this gem to fit into the head of the axe, so the gem is like right in the center of the two blades, and he had already prepared for this moment a long time ago. He just needed the weapon again, and he hands the axe back to you. The once heavy blade now feels light as a feather as you grasp the axe with your hands, and it's so light that you feel like a second set of hands is helping you lift the blade, as the strength of your father and your family rests in your hand. And as you gaze upon the socketed axe, the inscriptions and purified gem glow as you hold it, a bright glacier blue.
Whoa.
The axe is like the lightest thing you've ever held.
Yeah, I kind of like twirl it, like, you know, like slice and dice with one hand.
So as you flourish it, Drell, you have these added benefits. As a bonus action, so it's a +3 axe. It's a +3 great axe. But instead of rolling 1d12, you roll 2d12. You can also split the benefit of the +3 into your AC if you don't want it as a plus hit. So instead of being a +3 axe, you can make yourself have +3 AC, or you can split the difference. You can use the defender item as an example. So you can make it a +2 and +1 to your AC, or vice versa.
Okay. Is this per rest? I have to decide how I use it.
You can do this as many times as you want in combat. It takes a bonus action to switch the benefit. And then lastly, you get advantage on perception checks while in combat.
Ooh.
Minas, you can shoot spectral bullets in the shape of Sids. These shots are considered to be force damage. It is 3d4 damage, and it's considered force. And a little fun fact about force, nothing is resistant to force.
It's pretty rad.
Squares looks at you and goes, with these weapons, you should be able to harm, if not end, Crystal's reign. His false godlyhood must be stopped, and his reign of terror must be freed from Brea. I hope you take these, and you end his corrupted path. Good.
Oh man, Minas is definitely feeling the weight of the responsibility at this moment. You know, it didn't feel very real until this moment, where it's like, oh, this is what my training has led to. This is what my long journey has led to. I think Minas feels 100% for the first time, 100% accepted by his peers, by the Sids. It feels like with this moment, the world has accepted him for who he is. I'll do what I can, Scoreus. Thank you.
You see that Scoreus looks at you. You feel like his connection, and he places his large finger on top of your head. You feel the weight, and he goes, "Never have I seen such a small being leave a larger mark than most giants." And he lifts his finger and draws it back.
I think Minas just nods as he backs up and lets Drell have his moment.
He looks at you, Drell. Your father was not only a great fighter, but my friend, and I miss him dearly. I wish I could travel with him just one more time. And I wish I could travel and fight along your side. However, the fates have different plans for me. But I am glad and privileged to let out my gifts to you for a final time.
Yeah. When we were up there in the north getting this axe, I had to fight Edgar. And I feel like he knows who he is, because I feel like Brax probably definitely told him about it.
He nods his head.
And
this is the first time Minas has heard of this, so Minas is
yeah,
like,
Minas, it's
what?
all the long, yeah, it's a long thing. I was fighting this dragon that was giving me
The dragon from the wall?
A sickness. It was giving me like a weird.
Back in the Cobalt Cave?
Anyways. So, yeah, he kind of just says, I couldn't have done it without him. And I think he was proud to fight by you as well. So, I will use this weapon to the best of my ability for both you and him.
He just nods at you and leans back, and you see that like this glow that he has from his shoulder like shines a little bit more, and you hear like a little bit of a grunt from him as he adjusts. He goes, well, that'll be it. I would like to say good luck, but I know you have this.
Oh, I hope so. No, I believe so. And I look over at Dork, and I walk over and I just kind of reach my hand out.
He like looks at it, and then he looks at Scaraeus, and Scaraeus nods, and he looks back at you, and you see like his chest puffs out, and he's like, and he takes his hand from behind his back, and he gives you just the firmest handshake as he clasps your hand and goes up, down, having a connection with you.
And without saying a word after that, I start walking back up the stairs.
Drill, as you follow behind,
Yeah.
you see as the two of you turn around to walk through the portal, saying your goodbyes. Before you even make it to the portal, you hear the hammer bang away as Scaraeus begins to picks up his lesson as he's teaching Dwark something new from the previous project they were working on before you came in. As you pass through the portal, Armos finally makes it up the long spiraling steps to the peak of the tower. And as you reach this massive observatory-like room, Armos, you see that there is a Nothic looking out the window. And you see next to the Nothic, Kemi Joe in a very tattered lab coat. And Kemi Joe turns around as he hears the latch of the doors open as you walk in. He goes, Amos? Ha! Yeah, yeah, Amos is here. Hey, Bowden. And you see the Nothic turns around. He looks at you. You see that he like chatters his teeth at you. And Kemi Joe comes over to shake your hand almost.
It kind of breaks him out of the anger that he was already in. So he's, yeah, hey, how you doing?
We've been better. You know, it's been we've had brighter days around here, and you look out to the glass observatory. The glass dome has not been fortified, and you can see the lands around Lord Baron's Divider, and you see that the river that it's resting on, where it's built upon, is insanely low. Like the rivers are running dry. You see these dark, heavy clouds booming with thunder just outside the observatory and the shield. You see that there's these large gorilla-like demons pacing around the dome that Bowden had placed to protect. And then you even see like the flames of towns way in the distance. You see the Riverwood Forest have a few flames among their trees. You see that the World Tree that you've climbed out of way back in Arc 1 is still standing tall and looks preserved and unaffected, but there are small flames around its like patches of fire in the Riverwood Forest, and you see everything looks decayed, and you can oversee this large plume of smoke over Lelouch's farm and vineyard when they had attacked it months ago, and you see that there are still flames burning from when it was still initially attacked. You still see flames coming from that area, and South Tryllis looks devastated. So we have definitely been in better days, but we are now moving to the hopeful ones.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw a cliche at you, Amos. It's dark as before the dawn, I get it. If anyone can shed some light, it's you fiery fella. And he gives you like some like punchy jabs on your legs, and he's like, hey, right? Am I right?
Wait, I'm bad. Hang on a second. Quit trying to cheer me up. I need to know what happened to my rabbit friend, and this one over here has all the answers.
Yeah, he does. And you see that Kemi Joe looks a little sad. He's not going to transform for you because he's saving his power for anything that comes close to the keep. You know, he can only really cast spells when he's in his human form, and he has that very limited time. But he advised me to tell you that when you meet, he's going to help you with the tome, as he was able to purify the gem and rid it of its evil. His words.
So, wait, do you know if he was able to?
He definitely did it. He definitely cleansed it.
Wait, so where is it?
You see Bowden in Nothic form is looking at you, and he does have like this trench coat on, and he goes over to like a makeshift desk, and there's a small box on the table. He opens it, and your Tryllis gem that was once in your tome is now this bright blue. And he takes it in one hand, and he gallops over with his other 3 limbs, and he walks over, and he gestures to it. And he goes, well, he wants you to take out your tome. So he's gonna put it in there.
I grab my tone. I'm like impressed, but still mad. But it's fading away as I grab my tome and excitedly optimistic.
Yeah, he's like, well, just hold it in front of you. It might burn, but you know, you're a tiefling, so it should be fine. And it's just the first time you've been dabbling in the hells of magic. You shouldn't have been bothered. And then like the Bowden interrupts him and like places the gem. And he like comes over and he drops the gem onto the book, and almost like a coin rolling on its side, it spirals into place, and as the purified blue acrylic shard sockets into the gem, you once again feel the power of Balloon flow through you. The book erupts with fiery power. The tome bursts open as a small inferno spins over its pages, causing the pages to flip and furl in front of you. The spells of the fiend begin to rewrite themselves in flames onto the already singed pages, and then the book shuts as it floats and is once again yours as the power of the Balloon Pact, with the strange feeling of freedom of a large debt paid off. As this purified gem sits on its tome, you feel your fingers inflame, like you feel like you can cast these fiery spells again, as you feel that you are at your full potential once more.
I immediately cast Eldritch Blast on any cup, plate, desk, on anything I can.
You start casting Eldritch Blast. Yeah, it goes off without a hitch. You break his coffee mugs. You see like Bowden is unfazed and just staring at you. If anything, he's a little amused. You see Kemi Joe like ducks under cover as he's like, Amos, please try not to shatter the glass that's keeping all the monsters out. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Woo! Wait. If that means Reginald! I start screaming for him and looking under desks, and where is he?
You see Bowden looks a little sad. You see Kemi Joe looks down. He actually looks away from you. You don't see Reginald nearby.
What?
I know it seems like a dim, dark time.
You tell me what happened to him. And I pick him up.
It was only a chance. There was only a chance for him to come back.
And as soon as he hears that, he drops him instantly. His just heart stops.
He tried to hold on for as long as you could, I promise. And then you hear a voice, yeah, almost. I tried to hang on as long as I could. And you see Reginald is on your shoulder.
What? Grab him by his fluffy little ears.
And you hold him in front of your ears, and you see that he actually has a smile, but you notice some subtle changes in his furry appearance. As he is still as dark as midnight with his bright red eyes, you notice a small blue tint in his iris. And you also notice several scars along his back.
Oh.
7 scars. 7 wings removed. They look nasty. The hair around the scars have not grown back. The fur is empty. As you hold him by his ears, his crooked ears. And you also notice that there are patches of red fur around his feet. A similar pattern to Layla. So how does it feel having Eldritch Blast again? And that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Oh my gosh.
Reginald.
I was like, there's no way another pet dies.
There's a good silence there for a little bit that I was like, oh no.
And by the way, your tome now has this following powers. This ability.
I get more power?
Yes,
Oh my
you
God.
get Eldritch Revenge. You get something called Eldritch Revenge.
What?
When you cast a spell that deals damage, you can spend a hit die to add that die to the spell casted. For example, Fireball does 6d6. You can expend a hit die for it to become 7d6. You also get 3 charges of the shield spell. An advantage to all Arcana checks involving Balloon items, location, monsters, and lore.
Very nice.
Amazing.
Yes, so you can now use your hit die. Now this does hurt your short rest a little bit if you were trying to get your health back, but your spells are already redonkulous, and this gives you a little extra oomph while also providing a little bit of protection. And as this week's sessions. Hey, you got Reginald back. I can finally do the voice again.
Goodness. I cannot wait.
I got you good. I was telling him to make them act all sad and stuff.
How dare you?
You guys did real well. Got Lord Baron on it. It was great.
Well, I'm excited to get in the first combat, which I see a lot of it ahead of us.
Perhaps.
Definitely a lot of combat coming up.
Perchance.
Gotta save the world.
Gonna save the world. Yes, we are now on Arc 8.
One bunny at a time.
I see it being no conflict the rest of the campaign. It's just going to be pure discussion.
They're so scared off by our aura that they just leave us alone.
Oh, no thanks. That was a good one. A lot of lore, but much needed. Much needed after 7 episodes of fighting.
Yeah, a lot of anticipation for the next couple episodes.
Yes, I am interested now. We'll talk about this in the after show, but making your guys like purified weapons balanced. It took a little bit of doing, but yes. So we have upgrades. We have the purified weapons. We're on Arc 8, and thus, well, if you've been following the story, you know where this is going. And with that being said, does anybody have a recommendation?
I have a non-rec.
Oh, an anti-rec.
Non-rec?
Yeah, an anti-rec. Is that what? Yeah.
Buyer beware.
Don't do this thing. Don't view or
Save your time.
Yeah, I will say the brisket at Chipotle. It's just not it. The new brisket. Don't get me wrong. I love Chipotle and I get it all the time. But the guy was like, "Oh, you want to try the brisket?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." Tried like a bite of it. I was like, "Oh, it's not bad." But then a whole bowl of it, no, it ain't it, Chief.
Oh no!
So just stick with your normal menu. Just stick with your normal menu at Chipotle. Don't get crazy.
Yeah, just don't go to Chipotle, man. I don't know. They have a bad taste in my mouth.
Qdoba.
Yeah,
Chipotle does some things good, but I would rather go to Moe's normally.
Moe's, yes.
See, you guys are naming all these things that are not around where I live.
If you know, you Moe's. You know what I'm saying? That's the phrase I use.
Chipotle got their queso idea from Moe's because Moe's queso was really good, and that's what we used to get in college because it had queso.
Oh yeah.
And now Chipotle's like, oh, it's got queso. It's like, oh.
I guess we have to as well.
It only took you like 6 years to do
For
it.
real.
Alec, you haven't been to Moe's, Alec?
Welcome to Moe's.
I have. They had them on the East Coast. Yeah,
it's just like for anyone that hasn't been to Moe's and only been to Chipotle, Chipotle's like, oh, here's your serving size. Yes, I hope you enjoy our fine foods. And Moe's is like, yo, you want beef, dude? And like they just fucking throw that shit on. Like,
yeah, I will say the one thing I can't stand about Chipotle is like every time I go in, I feel like I'm just getting skimped by like what I order.
100%. Moe's don't give a fuck, dude.
Because like, oh, you wanted black beans? Here's 4 of them. It's like, oh, okay, sick, man. Thanks.
Chipotle hires like college students with like promising futures. Moe's hires fucking like your average teenager's like, fucking, I ain't charging you for double meat. What's on there?
Like the best trend that I've seen is in a while, it was people like filming their Chipotle
order, yeah.
And be like, yeah, just go ahead and make my order. And they just have their phone out, like recording. It got to the point where like Chipotle was trying to get them to like not allow people to do it.
That's
just getting straight exposed.
That's funny. Dude, I'm telling you, Qdoba is...
Qdoba's good.
Qdoba's good.
Really good.
I just don't have either of those where I live, so...
Oh, gotcha.
It's out of the way for me here.
LA, yeah.
LA. And with that anti-rec, that brings Alec. You can now recommend shots, Alec, because you have reached 21 recommendations.
Oh, man.
No. Technically, it's a non-rec, so I feel like it should be a negative one. Yeah, so I'm actually at 19.
You actually went down to 19.
Yeah. You're going to jail.
That's funny.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Patreon supporters. Give your most hopeful goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait, hold on. Reginald's back. Goodbye.
Hey, it's me, Drell.
and welcome back to Drell's Bodacious Auditorium, the only gym for all the right muscles. And thank you again for your memberships. This gym palace would not be the same without all of you. And I just have a few house clean announcements I need to make, and then I will let you get back to your sessions. First, the Shadow Smugglers. To the Dread, with the sauna being out of service, I've seen you playing a lot of pickleball recently. And take it from me, I used to hate that game. Like, really hate it. Like, I thought it was stupid, and that everyone that played it was weird. But I was wrong. I played that game once, and now I'm hooked. So, I've decided to rename the pickleball court to the Dread Memorial Athletic Court. I know you're not dead or anything, but I think it sounds a lot cooler. Alara Dawnstar, the Blend and Bulk Fitness Smoothie Station, has been running smoothly with you as the newly appointed manager. I have seen several SIDs also now employed there, and they seem very hard at work actually. And now that I think about it, I only really see you standing around and talking to friends. And I actually also have never seen any of those friends pay. Okay, I feel like we may need to revisit this new appointment. Reese, although the yoga and meditation classes haven't really been a great hit, I mean, literally to this day, the only people who have attended them are Minus and Kemi Joe. Minus has agreed to pay a premium membership to keep the classes going. So for the meantime, we can continue to do so. But if that seems to end, it's back to the cycling classes for you, bucko. No exceptions. Julius Kendrick. Julius is unfortunately back on suspension once again. I've received a report that while we were trying to get the sauna back up and running, there were SIDs being locked in the sauna during testing, and they became more like raisin little pebbles. I mean, it's not funny, but I will be looking into this further, and he continues to be on paid leave until I can get to the bottom of it. Next is our Bloodshard Bandits. Reigns, as you know, the semi-annual Drell's bodybuilding competition is right around the corner, and I heard you're the favorite. You know how Minus can get when it comes to gambling and stuff, so he's actually started a gambling pool, and you are the favorite. Well, all I'm saying is, you, my friend, are my ticket to one heck of a lot of gold, so don't let me down, and good luck. Morgan Ulthil. Miss Sid has told me that you've been volunteering a lot at the companion daycare, and since the last volunteer has, had that accident with putting their arm in the dire wolf's mouth, and, we've been short-staffed. So, anyways, I would like to offer you the job here at DBB. You will receive a 3% discount for your own companion drop-off. Welcome aboard. Next is Artemis. It has been a pleasure having you as the unofficial, official, but still technically unofficial bouncer of the gym. Having all these sad little people with their poor gym etiquette, filming their videos, trying to go viral on Yiki Yak, and just being absolutely shut down by you has been hilarious. Please keep up the good work. Next is Tanner Smith. I want to again welcome you to the gym. Although you've started to scan your ID only once upon entry, and again, I would like to thank you for that. The "you get that bro" with the double finger guns after every single time is completely unnecessary. Trust me, we got it, bro. I promise. However, I do have to give you kudos on your sick workout outfits. I don't think I've ever seen you wear one more than twice. Next is Sly. Since you were the creator of the Wage Room, I would like to also name it after you. How about something like Sly's Slithatorium or Sly's Extra Rava Rageatorium? Ooh, something like that. I think that's actually got a good ring to it. Okay, well, you know what? Let's workshop this. If you got any good ideas, go ahead and put them in the suggestion box. Rommel, I found your help with repairing the sauna to be extremely important, and I'd like to thank you for it. However, there's been reports that both you and Rom Sid are leaving around traces of sap all throughout the gym. I again ask you, please keep an eye out for all the sap because it's also a fire accelerant and we don't need any more of those. Next is a Sidgick College alumni, David LaChance. I've heard that you are one of the people who like to hang around the Blend and Bulky Fitness Smoothie Station, talking to Alara to get free smoothies. Well, not in this town, bucko. No one sips for free, and I'm gonna need to start seeing some gold. Craig Dawnbringer, I don't know much about you, but I want to welcome you to the DBB with open arms. I also heard you're a pretty serious contender for the semi-annual Drill's bodybuilding competition. I also heard you like to take the glamour muscles pretty seriously, and I can respect that. So good luck, man. Don't win, but good luck. Next is Punk. Punk, the turnout for our performances have been so good. I mean, most of the people show up when you're playing alone and everything, but then they always have something come up or have somewhere to go when I get on stage. So I think what we're going to do is, instead of Tuesdays, Fridays, 6 to 8, we're going to go Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and then we'll move it up 4 to 7. So then those people that had something to do don't have it anymore. So people can watch us. Robit, I noticed you've started to protest outside my establishment against the eating of bread. Now don't get me wrong, I'm no fan of gluten either, okay? But my customers need a place to park their horse and buggies, which is why I've now given you the pool area to conduct your protests since we don't have a lifeguard currently. Next, Saint Chaos. Saint, the shipments, wink, have been received well, and I have absolutely no complaints. I have, however, sent you my own package, something I've created for my own supply, and I hope you try it, and I hope you like it, and please let me know how awesome it is, because it will be awesome, right? Sergio Rodriguez. Sergio, as mentioned last time, we here at the DBB, we pride ourselves on safety, okay? However, that does not mean you need to make sure everyone else is following the rules as well. We do have staff in place to do so. You can't just point your finger at people while they're on the treadmill, man, alright? If you do see a violation, please happily report it to your closest Sid. Next is from Brea's Heroes. Mr. Man with Glass, Odie Mel, and Iscor Storm. I understand Team Freeze Tag has joined alliance with Team Tennis versus the Team Pickleball in battle for the Dread Memorial Athletic Court. You have been seen painting Tennis Rules Pickles Drool on the pickleball court. I wish you good luck in battle. You will need it, especially if I see you painting that again. Ripcord, Toby Large, John Carroll. What part of Miranor is still on a 6-month ban do you not understand? And guess what? Now it's an 8-month ban. Do you really think with a fake mustache and a wig I wouldn't recognize him? Wait, however, I think I have seen that mustache before, or someone else with the same mustache. Never mind. Johnny Tar, Caitlin, and Taslin. I see you are now a gang called Team Pickle, and you are fighting for your right to play a way lazier, way less athletic, extremely simple at times version of a game called tennis, aka pickleball. And guess what? I'm on your side. I completely agree. Tennis is overrated, and I hope you win. Drown, Native Nightmare, Grant Fairman, and Chip Tube as the last remaining contestants of the semi-annual Drell's bodybuilding competition. I want to wish you luck. I do not know much about you, but since you've been training here with me at the good old DBB, I'm sure you'll make us all proud. Just not too proud, because you do too well, I lose money. All right, well, that's all I have for everybody. Thanks again for all the love and support, and I will see you next time. Drell out.